Darlings, it was shot in 2023, January. So up till now, it's about 1 year old. So it was part of my film school's final year project. So I was an undergraduate with LaSalle College of the Arts in Singapore. So basically, how the film come about is that the director herself because the director herself is I would call her a diaspora because she has been moving around different countries for her education. So she wants to complete a road film in Singapore, and that's quite a challenge because Singapore is quite a cityscape unless we really head off to neighboring countries. So how the film slowly uh, give and take and compromise with the different circumstances, we decide to package it as an experimental film for the director to actually express her feelings and also at the same time being able to achieve the road film that she also wants to shoot during her school life. Yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
I'm the producer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Sam. What were the inspiration behind the story? Were they at all inspired by real life, or were they more drawn from media?
So for how she wanted to, because herself, her ethnicity is that she's of a Chinese descent. So she wants to shoot a story that features two Malay descent. Is because during the virus time, the pandemic times, there has been quite a lot of spotlight on how uh, the immigrants coming in to work in Singapore have a difficult life of mingling in, and also in um, the particularly chose someone that is of an adult age as well as a kid to actually express how humanity is being um, look how humanity is like for the kid. Yeah, and also comparing both their conversations, someone that doesn't really have hope for the future and someone that is really growing up and actually looking out for what's there in the future. Yeah.
So it's like the differences in opinions between the groups of people.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. What was the visual inspiration behind this film? What films did you look at and take hints from?
The visual inspiration, most of them, they were taken from Thai director Apichatpong. So to have an Asian package, but at the same time, they also kind of look into Mexican films to actually have the more rude and more uh, rustic look. And we also tried to source out different areas of Singapore we can really pull it through because after all, being an undergraduate film, working on a budget, all these things comes about to work around with. Yeah.
So, as your role as producer, what was some of the setbacks and some of the difficulties you had to overcome, like working with vehicles, finding locations? What was a challenge for you?
Vehicle technically is one of the challenges because some of them doesn't have driving license and stuff. Because and to be able to drive such a big truck, you need to get a proper actor and also have a good location that is cleared out. I do have some photos. Maybe I can share with everyone. I'm not
Yeah, go
sure.
for it.
Okay. Okay. Not sure if everyone can see the photos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so basically we have a truck and we have a crew working on. So the area is like we just we have the help from the government to actually get enclosed, how do you say, a place that is closed for further redevelopment, but no construction works have been done yet. So we are fortunate enough to get that area for safe shoot. Yeah, so everyone working through safely. That's our primary concern. Yeah.
So was that a difficulty in finding an actor? Was there someone that was perfect but they didn't have a driver's license?
Yeah, and also it took us quite some rehearsals to actually have the actor himself to be able to feel and to be able to express his role, because after all, the actor himself is Singaporean, so it will be quite different vibe as compared to someone that is of a diaspora descent, or rather someone that has been from another country and trying to strive in the other foreign land to make up for a living. Yeah, so we took quite some time and we head off to uh, foreign workers dormitory to actually look at how they interact with one another, how they do things, and their speech and languages. Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, I was just going to ask, I was wondering, what are the significance of the angel's wings?
So the angel wings is to really show uh, how do you call that, for the kid to be pure. Yeah, because the kids, so the film actually the driver accidentally knocked down the kid and the kid's life ended. So the angel wings is actually to show that although the kid doesn't like know that he's no longer alive, but the wings will show that his we as audiences, we know that the kid isn't alive, but at the same time, we with the angel wings we are able to, hey, the kid actually still have the same pureness as what a normal kid would do. Then so-called, like, after being dead, you become a zombie, you become a something that's evil. Yeah.
Fantastic. Just got a question from the audience here for you, Jasper.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for your film. It was inspirational. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about the stuffed birds. Is there a particular symbolism that the director wanted to convey through the stuffed birds? And obviously that connects with the angel wings as well. So I don't know if you could say something about that.
So for the stuffed birds, technically it was a motive for freedom and breakthrough. But during editing, because some of the shots wasn't shot very well, so in the end, we have to give it up. And the wings and bird motif didn't come through very significant. But I'm glad that you mentioned it. Yeah, it was originally part of the motif in the film. Yeah.
So you were hoping to have more of it, basically. You were hoping.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but
Okay.
sadly, we didn't have enough art team to actually push through these staff birds, as well as more wing motif in the whole story. Because the director wanted to really show the breaking through of freedom, and also the 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 birds being a sign of peace. Yeah, a peaceful sign. Yeah.
Great. Any
Hi, Jasper. Thank you very much for sharing your film. Can you say more about how you got Singaporean government support for a student production?
So, what should I say? So the government are aware that, oh, this batch of like probably right now we have just 2 schools that are doing final year works. So when we write in, we will go through proper procedures, and they are aware of this thing that is continuously going on every year. And right now they are pushing for more arts work in Singapore. And more or less, if safety isn't compromised, they will be able to support us, to give us the resources that we would need for the film, unless it is something very outrageous, like you want to play with pyrotechnics or you want to do some car scenes, which sometimes students they will really go out of the way. However, if we were to do proper procedures, explaining to them how the story goes about, most of the time they are okay with it. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Oh, can you hear me? There we go. I was just wondering, you say the motif of the birds didn't come through as much as you would have liked. Was there any other things that you had to cut out because of production problems?
I would say so. Many of times, different HODs, different craftsmen, they would like to have their own inputs. As student film, definitely at times we will let every person have their talents being showcased. So sometimes on set, when during filming, time kinds of run out. So there were quite a number of like scenes that you can see actually the location has got potential to show more, to really tell more story with it. However, these compromises do happen. As a producer, I will feel that it is a student production, so definitely every student being able to do their part, being able to be satisfied with this process, I think it is good enough. So right now the film, although lost the opportunity to tell more, show more, but I would feel it to the student themselves is a good training.
Can I ask another question? I want to ask you about the actor. Did you have to do quite a lot of casting? I mean, quite a lot of auditions. How did you find the actor? That's my question.
All right. So for the actors, one of them have been working with the student film in Singapore for quite some time. So he's very open to help out student film. And that's the adult. As for the kid, he's actually one of our friends' friend. Like just happened to know the kid, and probably we call the kid in for some training. So we have script reading for about 4 times, 5 times. Yeah. So basically the kids, he's not a professional actor. So I think that's an add-on point for the film because his purity isn't acted, but it comes naturally to you. Yeah. So that's what the team liked about the kid. Yeah. So for the adult wise, yeah. So we just have to give and take because technically he's able to do it because he's able to drive, he's able to do the things that the script wrote. So, and we couldn't have find a better choice, so we just take out with it. Yeah.
And last question from me. you said you're still an undergraduate. So at what year of your studies did you actually do this film?
So this film is actually of our third year of studies. Right now I graduated, so this was my graduation project. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else has. Oh yeah, one more question.
Hi, I was just wondering if you had any other projects on the go at the moment? Any other films you were working on? That is a very close picture of me, Martin.
So right now, most of us are actually doing our own jobs. So right now I'm in commercial line, not much of projects ongoing, but coming April, there was another project that I've shot in 2023. About the same period. However, it was only released this year because of the youth councils. So we do have an arts council here, and they plan it to release this coming April. It is also another experimental film that is more of a Chinese ethnicity. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's called. Hold on, there's many changes to the name of the film. Let me recall. It's called Father Daughter Rock. So it's
Sounds
like
brilliant.
beings and one non-living thing. So kind of interesting. Yeah. So it's
Is there
about.
anything that? Sorry,
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So it's
Is
about
there
a
anything that
father.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is there anything that draws you towards experimental film?
So
Is
for
there
experiment,
anything? What about experimental film do you find so engaging?
personally, I find experimental film engaging because it really takes on the human's cognitive senses, and things don't really tell you directly. The script sometimes for artists themselves, they don't make it sensible. They don't make it logically planned. But at the end of the day, when you hit back and actually think about it, sometimes, hey, that particular scene actually links with what. So there's some kind of Easter egg that comes about during the post screening. That is what a good experimental film to me. And another thing would be experimental film more or less creates a new form of art. There are people that uses dance with music, with acting. There's people that uses painting in their works. Even now, there's AI. AI themselves couldn't. They for AI they can definitely do a script that's dramatic, that's romance, that's horror, but they can't really do something experimental because experimental really gives it is really about the human touch on uh, how the artist would like to speak his or her words, would like to really express what is art to him or her. Yeah.
Yeah. As a producer, does a more experimental script kind of challenge you to produce the film in a more creative way?
Definitely, and many of times in Singapore, many people would find, for the general public, they will find a bad film that don't really shoot things logically, and they'll just call it experimental film. However, many of times the film will really need to go through so much thinking and so much different process to actually come about this particular so-called mission for the film, to actually tell a message, to actually speak the unspoken for the audiences to actually interpret. Um, Experimental, I wouldn't say that it is a conventional way of making low budget film, but rather a training for human touch, like what I said, when it comes in comparison with right now AI and human. Yeah.
Very nice way of putting it. And I think we're going to have to leave it there. But thank you so much for joining us from all the way to Liverpool. So we'll say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us.